Y'all know what this is.
KNICKS Rehab.
KNICKS Rehab, y'all.
Karl-Anthony Towns has reportedly been soaking since he heard about these Giannis rumors in the summertime, like the biatch that I knew he was. Karl-Anthony Towns still has hard feelings toward the Knicks to this day due to Giannis Antetokounmpo trade rumors, per Sam Amick from the Athletic. Just ask the Knicks, whose talks with the Bucks about Antetokounmpo last summer led to hard feelings with Karl-Anthony Towns that, per team sources, remain to this day. That's the double doozy that every team seeks to avoid, the failure to land the player they're pursuing that is followed by a step backward relationship-wise with the player who learned he was nearly sent packing in the process. So we all suspected it. We've all been talking about it since the summertime. Jeez Louise. And guess what, Cat, Carl, as they affectionately call you in the streets, they're making videos about this shit, man. Throwback videos. And you know I'm going to play it.
Going to the candy shop.
Welcome to Astoria, Queens. Here in this Greek neighborhood, Giannis Antetokounmpo's popularity is skyrocketing.
All the Greek people is so proud for this guy.
Giannis Greek, χρόνια πολλά, Γιαννάκη, από Ελλάδα.
Hey, you know about Giannis? Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Couldn't be prouder of Giannis and all his accomplishments. And even though I'm a diehard Knicks fan.
Oh yes, Giannis too. First points in Manchester Square Garden, like me. I had my first point in Manchester Square Garden.
That's right.
The Greek flag. Did you notice that when you were shooting?
Back jumper! Got it!
Woo! Is there any better place to hit a game winner than Madison Square Garden?
You know, it feels great to hit a game winner here.
I'm a Knicks fan. I want to
Square Garden is the mecca of basketball. It's always fun playing in there. The atmosphere is great.
Antetokounmpo flies in and throws it down.
He represents the Greek community all the time, and he's very supportive of all of us, and he knows that we're out here supporting him all the time.
It's incredible, the tradition. We're honored to be here and humbled to be here at the New York Stock Exchange. It's been unbelievable.
Fleet asked a question the other day, what if this trade doesn't happen? This is why this trade has to happen. Because now if it doesn't happen, this is what we're going to get from Carl for the duration of the year, right? And it's like, you know how that is. Listen, man, it's just bad. And for Carl, to be in his feelings, to be mentally weak like this and not understand this is the business. Guys get traded every day, B. You know what I mean? Like, so for me with him, I would hope he would have had the opposite. It would have had an opposite effect on him. Where it's like, okay, y'all looking to trade me? Let me go ahead and dominate and help y'all understand why y'all brought me here, right? But no, it goes the other way. He allows it to affect him on the court. He's not having a great season. He's not having an MVP type season or NBA. He's not having a great season. And we're not looking like the team that we thought we would look like when we brought him here this season. So for me, for him to be mentally weak like that and allow this to really bother him to where his body language is everything tells it all, this trade has to get done. Because I think, the locker room is broke. And I think Karl-Anthony Towns made his mind up. He's upset at the organization, which he has every right to be. But listen, when there's an opportunity to get a better player than you, any organization is going to take that chance. But I think the relationship is already fractured. I think Carl already has his mind made up. He's upset. He's always going to feel some type of way. And by that, he has to go. He has to go. So I love Fleet asked that question the other night. The Knicks, they better make this trade. Because if this trade doesn't happen, and,
Allah said he was going to slap me if the trade didn't happen. Niggas say he gonna slap the shit out of me if this trade don't happen. So this shit better happen, or nigga gonna pop on me.
Listen, this
I don't want that. I want
this
no smoke.
Oh boy, trade room is so good, make you want to smack your mama.
I will knock your head off.
Right? I know if this trade don't happen, I'm going to look for La Cosa Rosa and them, and I'm trying to go get the swinging. But this deal has to happen. We made it that bad that where now Carl feels some type of way. The trade has to go down. So now we are in a bad spot. So where now you already risk making your superstar feel some type of way. So how do you fix that? To me, there's no fixing that. We dug ourselves in this hole, and it's messed up that I gotta agree with Flea on this. We already dug ourselves a hole with the coach. Now we dug ourselves another hole with one of our star players. This shit has to happen. So, front office, I'm gonna be honest, this shit is on y'all. Y'all made this situation worse than what it is. Now you have to go get Giannis. I don't care about the rumors. I don't care about what it takes. Fuck them other teams. If you don't go get Giannis, and then we flame out, this front office, this will be one of the biggest flops in probably sports history because you fucked over your superstar and then didn't even get the guy that you were supposed to go get for him. Listen, this trade better happen. I'm going to tell you that much. It better fucking happen.
You got to be mentally tough, man. OG said it. Like, you got to be mentally tough. We are coming off the best season we had in a really, really long time, 25 years, right? We're coming off of that, right? We're coming off of making a big splash and trading our head coach, right? We're coming off of that, right? So we coming into the season where there's a lot of expectation and excitement and anticipation for the New York Knicks, right? There was a level of anticipation here. And so when Karl comes in the season and yeah, we look at the numbers, they all look similar, but they're down some. The percentages are down. The counting numbers, like points per game, like rebounds per game, still tops in the league, right? 22 rebound night last night. We really needed that. But you can absolutely look at him from a game-to-game basis and tell something is not right. Fabian said it the other day, and I slept on that, and I was like, that really does make sense. 15 guys on the roster, only one guy is struggling after 45 plus games, after 40 plus games. Either there's an issue there, there's an issue with the coach, or there's two things that are going like this instead of going like this. And so when that happens, and then you add on the Giannis rumor started in the summertime, right? This didn't start, you know what I mean, early season or mid-season. And, you know, the other day when Giannis said, I want to go, this shit started in the summertime. And the only team attached to it was the blue and orange. Not another team in sight was attached to it. There was reports about Giannis wants to be here, right? The reports about he bought a crib here or a condo or whatever it was, right? There was all this talk about him here, not anywhere else. So from a basketball player's perspective, I would look at that as like, yo, I'm a commodity, right? I'm somebody that the Bucks or whatever team would like to bring me on and continue building. Like I would have to flip it from a mental perspective. From an emotional perspective, we're all humans, right, Fabian? Damn, shorty don't want me no more, so I got to find another crib to go to and sleep on the couch. Like, yeah, I'm gonna feel like that. But we're talking about multimillionaire guys. We're talking about guys that have been in the NBA for 10 plus years. We're talking about guys that have seen the business of basketball go on for over a decade. You are not an anomaly, my brother. You are not an all-time great at your position. Like, you're not one of the elite guys in the NBA to think that you would never be touched in terms of making a move. He said the same thing when he got traded from Minnesota. Connolly went to his crib and said, yo, I had to show up and look at you eye to eye, face to face, and tell you we sending you to New York. He had some issues with that. I'm not downplaying emotion. What I'm downplaying is don't get on the basketball court and bitch up now when you got a golden opportunity to play at a high level and you letting noise mess with your mind? Noise in New York City? Bro, this is why you here. The same guys that you loved and lorded over as you was growing up, the Patrick Ewings, the Carmelo Anthonys, whoever you loved growing up, because he was a Knicks fan coming up, them niggas went through worse. This is light for you. Patrick wanted to bounce on us a couple times. I don't know if we ever killed him for that, but he wanted to get up out of here a couple times. Melo was getting killed as soon as we couldn't get to the finals. So this is par for the course for where you at. The NBA is a business. And bro, if you didn't come into this season as a like, whoa, what the hell is going on with Cat? This dude looks phenomenal. Is he the best player on our team or is Brunson? We've never had that conversation for a 7-foot, 265-pound guy who's a number 1 overall pick and on any given day should be better than Jalen Brunson. That conversation never happens. So I'm cool on being weak mentally. Like we need tough guys in here. And if Giannis is a tough guy, you know, I'm with it.
Especially being the fact that Karl-Anthony Towns is from Jersey.
What part of Jersey? That's like saying I'm from New York, but you grew up, you know, in Soho. You
But
know,
there's
no
so many.
disrespect, but that ain't the trenches.
Yeah, but there's so many cultures that we practice the same shit. We play the dozens. We joke on each other from birth. Cousins, your uncles, we all joking on each other.
Once
Try to
again,
build
it
tough
depends
skin.
on where you from, Fabian. You know that, bro. That's not true. It's just not. It depends on what part of Jersey he's from. You from the bricks. You from certain parts. We get it. But if you ain't from that, you don't understand.
I get that, but it still is a combination of things of why I would expect him at this point to be okay
Ain't
with
him
all
and
of this.
Kyrie from the same parts?
Kyrie's sensitive too.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
So, you know, I'm Dominican, so coming from this culture, we make fun of each other. It doesn't matter what your background is. That's just what it was. Especially if you took trips to DR. It was in Spanish they were cursing you while just roasting each other. And clearly, just coming to the NBA, everyone knows I was disappointed in Cat because I'm Dominican and I'm thinking this guy's gonna be, oh shit, best MVP. We got an MVP in the league. And he disappointed me from that standpoint. And then coming to New York, being traded for a guy like you put it, Flea, because I forgot Tim Connolly sat down with him. Tim Connolly, who came from Denver, and he was in charge of them trades. I think he was in charge of the Melo trade before Masai. So
he created the team that won the championship and then left. Or left right before, right? Like,
yeah. Wow. Okay. So
yeah,
he understood his player. He understood I'm gonna go to his house and have to speak to this guy who's been with this organization for 10 plus years. I don't know what conversations were had between Leon Rose, CAA, and Julius Randle, but even he was feeling a certain way. Even he was sensitive here at times. He was a sensitive superstar in New York who wasn't feeling this. You saw Kyrie, you saw Kevin Durant. No, they didn't play for the Knicks, but they were over there in Brooklyn, and they had to deal with all this shit too. I got to put the bulk of this on Leon Rose and his organization, La Cosa Rosa. You have to understand who Karl-Anthony Towns is. You should have known that going into a situation where you're in New York and any trade rumor could pop up. You got to know, like, yo, man, he's a sensitive dude. People call him soft. I don't know but I don't know how he's gonna deal with the other side to this when he came here and we were all going crazy for him. And he didn't know that the total opposite of the Dipset Cat, the Bodega Cat, he didn't realize that shit could flip 180. And the emotions you got to deal with in New York City, Leon Rose just totally overlooked that. You're supposed to go talk to Cat first, in my opinion, because look what happens. Sam Amick, when he wrote that, he's saying, yo, the Knicks are now going through what plenty of superstars have gone through in the NBA, not just New York. So you didn't even manage the expectations for your superstar. He's a superstar in the city. A bunch of people know who he is. We didn't even manage that correctly. We could call him soft. We could call him, you need thicker skin. You already touched on all of that. I don't want to double down on it. But we were starting to hold Brunson accountable for not trying to figure this out with Cat and being a better leader and trying to figure out whatever's going on with this organization right now at this point. But from the top to bottom, James Dolan saying we got championship expectations and you want to keep this team together. Was that because he heard Cat is feeling a certain way because of these trade rumors? He went on the radio and announced that. Even when they brought Giannis up, he's like, yo, we can't do that. I believe in this team right now. So the owner came out and reinforced the fact that he wanted you here, and it still wasn't enough. This shit was ruined the moment that those rumors went out, and nobody wants to be ignored. Nobody wants to be rejected, and the Knicks fucked this up. And now you put yourself behind the 8 ball, like you said, All Ball. How can you not make this trade? Giannis is due for a bigger extension before the trade deadline than after the trade deadline. Wherever he goes, he's going to want that money. Total opposite of Jalen Brunson turning down money and his buddies turning down hundreds of millions of dollars combined. Giannis is going to want that grip if he has to deal with New York City. He knows what he's worth. So I have to put 1,000,000%. I have to put a bulk of the blame on Leon Rose, president of basketball operations, Worldwide West. You're supposed to be the sneaky Mission Impossible spy that goes around behind the scenes and do this, that, and the third, but you couldn't understand that you got to massage Cat's ego a little bit here. And that should have been done way before the season. Josh Hart and these guys were trying to massage him during the season. It's too late, bro. He heard the fucking rumors. He heard the rumors. Look at Mikal Bridges. Even he feels a certain way. And that's your man. So there's a lot going on here that seems to be, it's going to be straight business. It might be double talk. Remember, they're agents at the end of the day. And it looks like Cat feels like they're double agents because that's his agency. He's CAA. Oh, boy.
I mean, at this point, you know, the getting Cat, I think the intention was the right intention, right? It just didn't work out. And we all have to be honest. You know, for Cat to come here and we expected that to be one of the pieces to get us at championship contention, championship level style basketball, and it hasn't. And we're going to have to pay you how much money? So for me, you know, I think this is all on Cat. If he played at the level that we were expecting him to play at, then maybe this isn't a conversation. It can be a conversation, but it won't have to be as crazy because remember, he's not giving us a reason to go and don't trade him. If he's out there averaging 25 and 15, if he's dominant, if we're the number 1, number 2 seed, if we're playing great basketball, having great chemistry, then this decision would be very difficult. But he's not making it easy for us. I mean, he's making it easy for us. Right. He's not making it difficult. And then now that we know that mentally you're fragile and weak like that, I don't want to play with nobody like that. Bro, this shit is part of the game. This shit is part of the business. If you don't want to be in trade rumors, if you don't ever want to get traded, play like it. Play at MVP level. Play at an all-NBA level. Dominate. You don't hear them talk about trading SGA or the Joker. No, I'm just saying, right? We don't hear them talk about trading Ant-Man. Like I'm you know, it sounds like I'm comparing him to Joker, SGA, who are MVPs, but I'm just saying a lot of these organizations have their guys, and you don't hear about them being traded unless it happens in the dark. I'm saying Cat's play on the court is making it easy for us to go, yo, bro, sorry. You're the piece that you're the piece. You're not making it easy for us. So for me, I think the front office had great intentions. I think the move at the time was correct. We were 2 games away from the finals. But now this season, when a guy like Giannis says, I want to go to New York, and that rattles you, and now your game just went downhill, I don't see how he can defend himself and get upset. Your play is terrible this season.
Devil's advocate in my all ball voice. You know I gotta play devil's advocate, like OG always says, right? And it's probably not even devil's advocate. It's just like the other side of this shit. You just said it didn't work out. How did it not work out? Just asking a question. The trade was to help us get over the hump or get onto the next step. Prior to us trading for him, we were in a 7-game dogfight in the Eastern Conference semifinals. The first year we get him, we get right to the doorstep of the finals. For me, I don't know if that equates to not working out. I look at this like Giannis is available, so that's why the conversation is even happening. Like, if we're being honest, if Giannis is not available right now, the conversation really has to be, how are we going to be better and get Cat in better positions to score the basketball? How are we going as a team figure out how to be better? Because if there was no Giannis availability, how are we going to move him? Who are we moving him for? What's the option? We got to keep him. We got to move forward. That's the team that got us to where we haven't been in forever. So, like, from the other side of it, it's a little arrogant. Just a little bit. It's a little arrogant of us to just jump out here and think, oh, this didn't work because he's struggling with a new head coach. When he had one of his best seasons last year, we were in a spot that we haven't seen. Not in my adult age. I'm 38. I've never seen the Knicks in the conference finals over 21 years old. So it's like, there's a lot of stuff going on with this. I still stand on what I stand on. You got to be mentally tough. But on the other side of it, it's not like we've been married to this dude for 2-3 years and nothing has changed and everything has been downhill. He helped us get to where we needed to be or where we wanted to be. Now it's just one more step. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not hanging up the phone if Giannis is serious about coming here. But I am like, there's another side of this where Cat is like, oh, OG said that this didn't work out? Nigga, we was in the conference finals with me. How didn't it not work out? So I just wanted to say that and see what y'all thought about that.
You want me to respond first? It didn't work out because we didn't get to the finals. We were in position to get to the finals. We were the better team going into the Eastern Conference Finals. We traded for a player that was supposed to upgrade us to get to the finals. And then
stay there, OG. Stay there. Was it the lack of his play why we didn't beat Indiana?
Y'all know this was.
KNICKS Rehab